Hello there. I learned something about our modern education system last week, something that shocked me, and it should shock you too. I tuned into an open, free speech union Zoom session last week, and much of what was said should be ringing alarm bells amongst parents. Loud alarm bells. Because parents are told they should trust their schools. And the session was chaired by Toby Young, and the panel of experts were as follows. Anti-racist campaigner Adrian Hart of Don't Divide Us, critic of gender ideology and co-founder of Conservatives for Women, Caroline Fisk, and Claire Page, a London parent who raised the alarm over highly politicised teaching materials being used at her child's school. And it was all based on their campaigns to give parents the right to access and challenge ideologically driven teaching materials in English schools. And that did shock me. Aren't parents given free and full access to teaching materials these days? Aren't parents allowed to know what their children are being taught or even being brainwashed with? It turns out that they don't. Many schools refuse to allow parents to see this stuff under the guise that the materials concerned are provided to the schools on a commercial in confidence manner by private organisations. It would be nice to know who those private organisations are, wouldn't it? Basically, the claim is that they are copyrighted, so schools can't show the parents those materials. Does that sound right to you? Anyway, it's not just in England or just the UK. Here's what the Republican congressional candidate for Michigan, John Gibbs, told Huckabee earlier this month. In this country, we used to have the very simple idea that parents have a right to know what's happening in schools. Crazy idea, I know. Maybe you're a domestic terrorist these days if you think that. You know, it's just nuts. This should be a massive wake-up call for parents across the UK and possibly across the Western world, not just England. This distances parents from what their children are being taught, purposefully as far as I can make out. And how many of our politicians across the board are a part of this? As far as I'm concerned, everyone in the nation needs to know what is being taught in our schools. And parents, especially, should have full access to all materials. If authors can publish copyrighted books that get sold worldwide, then education providers can do the same. There is also no contract between the schools and the pupils. They are too young until they reach the age of majority. Therefore, very arguably, any contract lies between school and parent. So if the pupils can see the teaching material, then surely the parents must also have access. This situation does not pass the sniff test. In fact, it sounds positively evil. Parents need to start demanding answers from those that teach their children.